if you're a teenager or my age, college student, and you're looking for a job and you're just looking for some easy work that won't make you kill yourself, I recommend you don't work at Dollar General. Just Dollar General is not a place where you want to work, because most of the time the job is just designed to screw you over and piss you off. And the job is just truly the definition of one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch. And with my store in particular, I like my job. I don't like my job because of the job. I like my job because of the people I work with. I work with 3 amazing women and a really, really good new manager. And if I really didn't have those 4 people at that workplace, I probably would have quit after I got that quote unquote bonus check they gave out everybody. That was bullshit. Just bullshit in itself. But just some reasons why honestly I just may just rant, not even give you a certain list, but just give you some of my experiences that I had at Dollar General. Just either from managers I've heard from other people, stories I've heard from other people, stories I have personally, things I've seen, things I've heard, just shit that goes on in the store that will really just make you want to pull your hair out. And this is not even just with Dollar General. I'm not saying this is with all retail stores, but just in Dollar General, it's just here specifically. But some other retail workers can relate, because I hear retail in like other chains like Walmart and shit like that. It's not even any better. But let's get started. My old manager a lot used to call me in on her off days. Well, not on her off days, on my off days. So let's say I'm working a 4-week. No, actually, let me say this. There was 1 week I had 4 days, and it was like some weekdays, no weekends. I ended up working Monday through, so I ended up working 6 days. And every time I was there, it was on an off day, except for like 4 of those times. I work a part-time schedule because I am in college. I told my old manager there that if you want me to work here, you're gonna have to work around my college schedule, because like, no offense, but this school shit comes first before Dollar General. And she would always just call me in on off days and then go home. Like, my boss told me I don't work hard, but my old store manager was as lazy, if not as lazy as I was. And this is not me hating on her. I have all love for my old store manager. I'm just calling it how it is. Like, she would come in, do about 1 rolltainer, go home. The only time I saw her work the hardest is when her job was in jeopardy. And still, not much didn't get done. Like, our store is in such a bad shape, we had to get a literal cleanup crew to come in and work our store. Like, our store is the best it has looked in months. On the back wall, we had nothing but rolltainers, shit all over the store, nothing was in the right spot. We still have totes in the hallway that line the walls. Last night, I had to take out trash. Like, that's one of my duties. I take out trash from the back, in the bathroom to the break room, and I take it out to the dumpster every night. We have so many totes from when our old manager was here, we couldn't even get to the women's bathroom. We couldn't unlock the door because there was so much shit in the way. So when our old manager was there, not much got done. And I'm not saying that's with every store. I'm just saying that having a good or bad manager can really dictate how much you'll like your job. Because with my new manager, he's a bit strict, which is good, because our store needs a little bit of strictness. And he's cool, he's funny, and he's fair. That's the best part about it. And he actually works. Like, he's out here in the field getting his hands dirty and shit. Like, when I'm here, I always see him working. I always see him doing something to improve the store, which is good. So, like I say, depending what kind of manager you get, you will either love your job or you will go home and want to kill yourself. Because, man, my old manager told me when the ball was like full of rolltainers on the back, she told me she wanted 4 of them done. And with rolltainers, it's basically shit you gotta put up in stock. The thing about it is that if she wanted me to stock 4 rolltainers, I would what the job wants you to do, what DG Corporate wants you to do, is like some superhuman insane task. 3 rolltainers an hour. Now let me put that in perspective. Imagine you have a cart of just food for, let's say, cereal aisle, and you have boxes on boxes on boxes, and I mean like 20 boxes, 30 boxes of just cereal food and breakfast food and shit like that. They expect you to do that in an hour, another one in an hour, and another one in an hour. And I'm a cashier, so I have to run back to the front and check people out, run back to the rolltainer, put stuff up, run back to the front and check people out. And most of the time I get lines. Sometimes I get lines that are like 10 minutes long. And they expect me to get a rolltainer done an hour. And it's not my manager, because he knows that's fucking retarded. But it's just Dollar General and just wants that. They want that level of productivity. And sometimes you just can't get that. And then you get in trouble for it because, you know, you're not fucking Superman or fucking LeBron James in Game 7 of the NBA Finals in 2K16. But they get upset with you because you can't do your job. And they're not asking you to do your job. They're asking you to do the goddamn 8th Herculean challenge. And it's just some of the things they do is just to screw you over. But where was I after that rant, man? I was talking about my manager and shit. But yeah, my old manager would want me to do rolltainers, and it would be just shit from different aisles. I would have to run across the store, run back and forth. Like, okay, this is candles. I go put this where the house decor is. I run back to the rolltainer. This is candy. I have to run to the other side of the store and put down candy. This is dog food. Like, it would not be structured. It would just be bullshit on more shit. Like, it would literally be a fucking Kinder egg. Like, low-key, I call them bitches Kindertainers, because you would never know what fucking bullshit would be in there. It's like, what's that fucking show? When they fucking auction out fucking storage units. That's how I fucking felt doing that shit. And when I was doing that, she would, sometimes she would just leave. Like, she would leave and go home. And we have a guy there who's not the fastest in the head, and he works the register. That's all he can do, is he just works the register. He's not the fastest in the head, but he's a good person. And I would have to do rolltainers, and sometimes I would have to like clear out mistakes that he made on the register, and I would have to, what else? I would have to, if there was something special that needed to be done, like if they wanted to do a check, if they wanted Western Union or something like that, I would have to stop what I was doing and go there and do that, plus stock. And you really can't do that, and I'm not going to tell you why I can't do that, because I enjoy my job. Even though I sound like I hate my fucking job, but yeah, there's reasons why I just can't tell you why I can't, fiddle around with the register. But I would have to do that, and she would leave. Like, there was one time I was doing rolltainers, and I was actually busting shit out. No homo. And I was busting shit out, and I would get shit done, and I actually got done 2 rolltainers in an hour, like an hour and 15 minutes. That's a goddamn world record. That's a personal best. And I rolled that shit back, and I would look for her. She wouldn't be in the store. She was gone. Like, she would leave me and my other coworker up there, who wasn't the fastest, in the store alone. Which you can't do, because you have to have a manager in the store. And if regionals came in or district manager came in and saw that there was only a Cat 2 fucking sales associates running the store, everybody would get fired. Even if you're on your off day, everybody's getting fucking fired, because one person thought it would be a good idea to leave the store and go get knives for her boyfriend from across the street, because, reasons. And I'm not saying that's with every store. I'm just saying that's if you have a good manager or a bad manager that can really, really fucking dictate how much you enjoy your job. Because good managers, they get shit done. They run a good ship. Shit's clean, shit's stocked. You don't have to worry about hearing an old bitch be like, yeah, your store is so dirty. Like, you don't know how many times in the past 6 months I've heard, your store is so dirty. Are you gonna get someone to help clean it? And I'll be like, ha ha ha, I haven't heard that one this hour, type beat. And it was just so fucking annoying. But good managers, bad managers, yeah. And what else can I see that's not just store specific? Just Dollar General just screwing you over besides the rolltainer thing they want you to do. Customer surveys, let's talk about it. Customer surveys are on every fucking coupon. I think in pretty much every major retailer. And this is not me just complaining about Dollar General. This is just me complaining about customer surveys in general. So on the back of our coupons, you can take a little customer survey, and it rates the specific customer. Not customer. You rate a specific employee who is either checking you out or either helps you out or whatever. And sometimes if you have a really NPC manager, and what I mean by that is they're just there to collect a check, sits in the office and does nothing, or just leaves the store and lets whatever happens, you just have a pure NPC manager, just those surveys can be the reason you get fired. Because if a manager just comes in there to collect a check, they don't care about much. They check in on you, they see if you're working or not. Most of the time, they don't even care if you're working or not. They're just like, well, okay, and they're just there. Those customer surveys can get you fired, because we got ours back a couple months ago. I think at the beginning of December or in the middle of December or the beginning of January. We got our store evaluations. Our shit was terrible because this is when our store was looking bad. Like, it was just like cleanliness shit. Like, oh man, this is out of stock. It's not clean. Shit like that. I've had customers who would complain about earbuds all the time. I talked about that. Like, I would usually have one earbud in because I can't stand to sit in that store in quote unquote silence. What I mean by like silence is just like having to hear like all the chatter and shit. So I just put like one earbud in. I just listen to a YouTube video. Probably listen to a Flimlo Raps video or just anything just to pass the time. And just complaint. Like, he had an earbud in his ear. He was not listening to me. Like, if I wasn't listening to you, I don't think our transaction would be done. Like, I'm pretty attentive at what I do. Like, I could literally have two of them earbuds in and I wouldn't know what I'm doing. Like, it's not that I'm not paying attention, because most of the time they're just like aggy because I guess they don't get enough attention at home or some shit. Or they just have no one to go home to give them attention. So the only attention they can get is from a Dollar General cashier. And, they need that. They crave it. They just crave that attention. And I guess I don't give it to them the way they want because I have an earbud in. Even though I got them out of there in like 30 seconds. It is what it is, though. And I got complaints about that a lot. I get a lot of complaints when I throw change at people. Like, I throw change at people. Like, I'm fucking pelting niggas with quarters and shit. Like, I can see that because, like, once I'm in a groove, like, register opens, get change, get receipt, close the register with my thick old thighs and just playing it right there. No, I don't even throw shit. They used to be stupid. I don't even be throwing shit. But what's it called? I have complaints about me just like throwing shit like at customers, which isn't true. Like, I kind of value the money I make at my job because it's not bad money. But throwing change at customers. Well, let me get back to the customer survey thing before I just fucking complain and just go into more rants. It's just with that. I had on my customer survey evaluation, I had a really low friendliness level. And I had a really low checkout speed for some reason, which is like very cat, but alright. And I had another coworker there, probably the most sweetest woman in the world, man. Just sweetest woman in the world. She almost has a lower, friendliness score than me. And if I had an NPC manager, they would look at those percentages and be like, this dude must not even fucking check people out because how slow he is. Or she is like a terrible, mean person. Their job is now in question. And they wouldn't know because they're just literally NPC managers there to get checks. And I know I said like, oh shit, that Dollar General does with customer service and shit like that is a Dollar General problem. And I still think that is a Dollar General problem because the questions on there are really fucking vague. It's like a 1 through 5, 1 through 10 system. Like, how is your experience? Like, I get that's on everything, but it's just like, can we at least add a little bit more detail on what happened? Because we can read your complaints. Like, if you type up a complaint, it'll go to the system and we can read it. And most of the time, the complaints are just like silly shit. It's like, oh, he didn't double bag one of my items. Oh, the line was long and the checkout was long. Like, I can't control the line. I wish I could though. I get these niggas out of there quick. But it's just petty shit they complain about. And a good manager will be like, all right, you know, bullshit, but all right. But these NPC managers will be quick to fire you for no reason. And what else can I think? I do not want to get into that fucking COVID shit, man. That COVID shit, bro. When I had it, that shit was wild. I'm just gonna say it and leave it at this. I've had my manager call me in a couple times, attempt to call me in while I was still under quarantine after a positive test. I didn't go in, but just the fact that I was trying to quarantine from a sickness with my mom, and she wanted me to come into the workplace and spread that shit more. That shit was highly disrespectful. Like, truly fucking disrespectful. But that's that. That's not that. Like, oh boy, I have more. I just want to get college shit done. I just want to record this and be like, hey, here's a couple reasons why you don't want to work at Dollar General. Because, like I said, Dollar General is not a place where you want to be stuck there long term. Because that shit will eat at you and piss you off until you become some type of jaded fucking, alright, cash your card, the receipt, okay, kind of fucking work zombie. Like, that shit's good for like a year or two, and then you just move on if you can. If you can't, understandable. But if you can move on from Dollar General, I recommend you do it as fast as possible. Or if not, don't work there at all. Also, don't work at Burger King either. That shit's terrible. They get mad at you for fucking making them do their job, and I can attest to that. I may make a Burger King video why they're so shit, but that's I guess that's one part of like why you should not work at Dollar General. But that's that. If y'all niggas doing good, man. If y'all niggas looking for a job, please don't work at Dollar General again. I'll see y'all niggas later.